Hello everybody, welcome back to Jack on a Journey. My name is Jack and today we have got the start of our final 4 games of the league season. This is how the table's looking at the moment. Games in hand over teams, but if you saw in the last episode, our running is tough to say the least. It will require a lot of work to get into the Champions League spot. So we're playing today Salernitana and Inter Milan in the Milan derby in today's episode, 7th and 4th, and then tomorrow's episode, or whenever this is coming out, once again, recording in advance, so I don't know which days these are coming out, Atalanta, who are 8th, 6th even, and Napoli, who are 1st. So we could be going into the final day of the season, needing to beat Napoli to win the league, and they needing to beat us to win the league. That's if everything goes well. That's if everything goes well. Everyone's fine. We still haven't got Gaudi back yet. I don't know when he's back. I don't think he will be back until possibly the last couple of games of the season, maybe. 9 days to 2 weeks. He might be back for the last game. Might be. But, it's something that we've had to deal with, and it seems alright. We're still just about winning games. So at the moment, it's fine. This is the team then for today. Donnarumma in goal. Consoni, Caldera, Luiz and Sindela. Neves and Didi. Valentina, Scotta and Pavon just behind Al Hassan. Like I said, it's gonna be bloody tough. It's gonna be bloody tough to say the least to get 4 wins, because 4 wins is what we need if we stand any chance of winning the league, basically. If we don't get 4 wins, we don't win the league. Simple as that. But like I said in the last episode, minimum 3rd place. That's what we're aiming for. 3rd place would be a fantastic end to the season, especially joining Milan when they're 10th and quite a bit behind the Champions League, and we've been on an excellent run of form with them. So 3rd would be incredible. That's probably I don't know how many teams. It's probably 3rd qualifying round of the Champions League or 2nd qualifying round of the Champions League. So, it won't be great that we're going qualifying rounds, but it's Champions League at the end of the day. A team like Milan should be easily going through in qualifiers and whatnot, depending who we face. Obviously, we could be facing Dortmund again, and they could be batter us. We don't know. Champions League minimum. If we win the league title and do the double in our first season, that's just speechless. My mind can't even get around that at the moment. But like I said, Champions League, 3rd place is a minimum, and 3rd place is very much doable if we get the right results, obviously. We got a highlight here. It's for I don't know their team name. I still don't know how to say. Oh, they should have scored there. How to say their team name? So I'm going to call them Salernitana. Salernitana seems right. Salernitana. I don't know. They're giving us a game though. And they've got this Welshman, Mapam. He's loans from Getaffe, so he's a Welshman abroad. Welshman doing all the rounds abroad. 0-0 at half time. Like I said, a draw's probably fine here. If I'm honest, a draw is probably acceptable at this point. But obviously, we would like a win, really. But I just don't trust our striker. Al Hassan is our hot prospect. He's classed as our hot prospect. Well, he was anyway, and he's just. He'll probably be good enough with in a few more years, but he's just not good enough at this moment of time to be a leading striker for a Serie A side. So we definitely need to bring in another, because I've said before, Gaidi is our starting striker. There's no doubt about it, and it just confirms that he's going to be our starting striker, because as soon as he got injured, we've scored very little in terms of goals. So if number 1 striker Gaidi, And then if we can bring in someone else and then have Al Hassan as our third choice striker, that'd be great. But he's not quite good enough to be second choice striker at the moment. But we'll have to worry about that in the summer when we make... It's going to be a lot of deals in the summer. It's going to be a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like £100 million worth going in and out of the club. I would not be surprised whatsoever. We've picked up a lot of bookings today. Let's make some substitutions. Like I said, Al Hassan has done naff today, and after that, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Romanoglu can come on, and then Corsants can come on and play Cam. 20 minutes. Do we go attacking, or is a draw good enough? I feel like a draw is good enough, and I feel like going attacking is a bit risky. I thought that was in then. Either way, 15 minutes to go. I'm going to risk it. Shall I? There's a highlight. I feel like I should risk it, which could just be a disaster. They're going to score here. If they score here, I've got no other choice to. But we've got the ball back. Sindelar got the ball. Pavon now gets tackled, and that's not great because now they're back on the counter attack. Need to get the ball back, boys. Pace is what you want in a fullback, isn't it? Pace. Romanoglu does well. After he cost us the Europa League semi-final, he's done well there. Valentino makes a run into the middle. And Ndidi's there. We know he can score, and he does that just then as well. We know he's got a lethal long shot on him. And from the edge of the box, with 10 minutes to go, Wilfred Ndidi has put us 1-0 up. And we don't have to go attacking now. We are up to third in the league. We have got a game in hand over Napoli. So if we can secure 3 points today, hopefully, fingers crossed, I think that's just about done it. If we can score 3 points and then win our game in hand over Napoli, then we will be a point behind them on the same games. It was a tough game. I didn't really want to say that, but I feel like having a fired up team, being like, right, we can't play that bad again. Let's play better in the next game, especially because the next game's into Milan. I shall see you in a second for the Milan derby. Right then, the Milan derby. It's on. The one team that don't want us to get Champions League, definitely going to be Inter Milan. This is the team. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same side, except for Sindelar has come off because he's picked up a knock, and Galimberti has come in. So not much to tell you on terms of that front. We're having rests in between games now. We're not having a game every other day, so everyone's getting a decent rest. And also, just thinking about it, I'm going to say I'm fully expecting a win here. Inter Milan are obviously coming out for revenge after we beat them on penalties in the cup final. So even more incentive for Inter Milan to win. And if they win, look how tight it is for Champions League spots. Atalanta and the other team are out of it. So it's just, we've gone 1-0 up. Anderson Luiz has got his first goal of the season. And what a time to get it in the Milan derby, to get your first goal of the season. It was Kurt Zouma, the guy that took the penalty. 34-year-old Kurt Zouma, and he's still got pace, which is worrying to say the least. Ndidi on the edge of the box has time. And he fires it just wide. We have started this game off very, very well. They've still got, like I said this last time, they've got a lot of names in there that I recognise, like Icardi, Baram Diaz. I believe he's the Man City, as we go 2-0 up. Both centre-backs have scored. I love that. Absolutely love that. Baram Diaz is Man City youth. Is he a Man City youth player? I'm gonna have to look now. Man City youth player, or he was Man City youth player. He did actually play a few games for Man City, so fair enough. Pulisic, obviously, he's going to Chelsea in the summer, isn't he? Kurt Zouma, obviously, we know who he is. So they've got a fair few recognisable names in there, which is great to see, just like us. I guess it is Italy, like old man central, if you will, because it's a slower paced kind of dealie. But going away from that, half-time, 2-0, we have dominated Inter Milan here, which is just what we wanted, really. Just what we wanted. And that does mean if we do pick up a win today, that we will go 4 points clear of Roma in fourth even, which means 2 games left, 4 points. Should be looking up, not down at that point. But we have to make sure that we win this game, secure the victory, because anything can happen on Derby Day. There could be 2 quick-fire goals, and the game would just be flipped on its head. A sending off could happen. It's a Milan derby after all. Sending off could happen. Anything can happen. Hassan is in. Can he put a third one in? He's had countless one-on-ones where he just doesn't score, and it's just putting me off him more and more each game. It's sad to see. What's his composure like? His composure's 15. He just doesn't score one-on-ones, which is just mental. Absolutely mental. Bastoni, the guy who missed the penalty, it was the important penalty. He missed it for us to win the cup final. We've got the ball back with Ruben Neves. He's just chilling with it. It's fine. Scotta now. What can he do? Finds Valentar? Some of these names, I don't know. Valentar on the ball. Consoni finds Ndidi on the edge of the box. And once again, a shot fires just wide. He's getting his range. He's, I thought that I'd probably get rid of one of Ndidi or Neves, because I thought next season we'll probably go to 2 centre midfielders, not 2 defensive midfielders. But in recent games, Ndidi's played very well, and Ruben Neves is the better of the 2, I would say. And I kind of don't really want to get rid of either of them. So I think one of them would definitely be a squads player next season, not a first teamer. But I'm more inclined to keep them both at the moment, which is great to see. Great to see in my eyes. If we can get another good centre, we got this Cam coming in, haven't we? So that means that what's his face, Corsants can be another centre midfielder. He doesn't have to be a Cam. So be interesting to see what happens. I'll probably keep this defensive midfield option and then have a proper 4-2-3-1 with centre mids training as well, so we can just swap around, see what's what. And this has been a professional, clinical performance. We have absolutely ripped Inter Milan to shreds. Why couldn't we do this in the cup final? And it's certainly making interesting reading for the league, because we are now 3 points behind Lazio. Obviously, we're going to be on the same games, I think, but anything can happen when we're free. I think our goal difference is very much worse than Lazio's and Napoli's, to say the least. I'm very pleased. Very pleased. 2 games left, and we've certainly given ourselves a chance, which is fantastic to see. Everyone's on the same games now. 4 points clear of Roma. 2 points behind Napoli in second. And 3 points behind Lazio, who are top. And yeah, our goal difference is a bit naff compared to the other 2. Who have Lazio got last 2 games of the season? That could mean a lot. They've got to play Roma and Salernitana, so they've got a pretty bad run in as well. So hopefully one of them can do us a favour. Well, I do want to check before the episode runs its course. Check the rules. We're not going to get much prize money, which is expected, to be fair. So top 2 teams qualify for the straight group stage, and the third team qualifies for the best place third qualifying phase, which is interesting. Obviously, we want to get second place then to get straight into the group stage. That's what we want. Obviously, we want to win the league. We'll have to wait and see. Atalanta's not a pushover, and Napoli certainly aren't a pushover. If you did like that, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to come back for the next episode, where we will be doing our last 2 games of the season. Atalanta away and Napoli away. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tense. It's going to be exciting. Thank you very much for watching.